Okay, you guys, Mike Adams here, and in this video we are going to get started. We're here at the bell on our Mythic Invitational Qualifier, and we were up a little late last night, so we're kind of getting in here at the last second. But we're going to do this, and we are actually going to be running our Esper deck, and this is going to be different, hopefully, than the archetype that most people are going to be running, so maybe that'll give us an advantage. It could be quite a disadvantage. I will certainly see. But we run out of time, so we don't have time to test anything else and get it up to speed. We're going to be running our Mance to Make You Dance deck, and we're going to see how it plays here in the tournament. So let's go ahead and start up this first match. Mance to Make You Dance, baby. Let's check it out. We got everything in here. Sideboard's in here. Boom. 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 And here we go. So we're certainly going to see what happens. This is going to be a deck that's not the standard archetype that, we're probably going to see in here. I'm hoping that we're going to run into, Jeskai Fires. We're going to run into some, Knights and whatnot. Probably some food and cat. And that's kind of what this deck is prepared for. We'll certainly see. There's one deck that's really, really bad for this deck, and that's probably bad for most decks, and that's that Simic Flash. Tends to be the worst matchup for this deck. So we will certainly see what we run into here in this beautiful Mythic Qualifier. And, instantly I like the new, the background here. It looks like we're at the tournament. We're in the Coliseum here. We are absolutely loaded with mana. And, and for a deck like this, I typically wouldn't necessarily mind this, but I don't know what he's using yet. So we're going to mulligan all this mana, and hopefully we don't pay the price for that and essentially got the same hand. Okay, I'm not gonna get rid of it twice. That is kind of a bummer. Okay. And so let's go ahead and dump. Let's see, I got black, black, blue. I can use this to grab whatever I want and thin the deck. Get rid of the Godless Shrine because we'll play the Temple on our first play. Let's see what happens. I'm definitely excited. This is my first qualifier. Looks like he's going to be running. Okay. Okay. Let's see if we can find something here to deal with that right away. That's not necessarily it, but I need that for my engine. So let's get it going. I'm assuming that we'll see double cat. Okay. I'm really hoping that either A, he doesn't have the oven yet, or B, he's got a fish for it. And I'm going to lay this. Let's get a globe out there. And there's one card that I'd really love to see right now, and that card is Legion's End. That's part of why I have 3 of them in the deck. This is making me want to put 4 of them in there, just knowing that he's running these Cauldron Familiars, because I want to get rid of them. If I can get rid of these and eliminate them from the game, it certainly reduces the chance he's going to be able to get the board all crazy and destroy me with them. Okay, so he's starting to ramp up here. Okay, that's not that great for us. So, I think we got to make a move here, though. I'm definitely curious what he's got in his hand, but I'm not positioned well enough to want to take damage here. So, let's get this in play. If he destroys it, doesn't matter. Get rid of one of these. Okay, and again, what we're hoping for is no oven out of this dude. No matter what, I can make him sacrifice the thrashing. He's gonna want to sacrifice it. And gosh, this is just making it like, please look. please. But I think what I want to do is I want to force the sacrifice. And I can look on the next round. I'm actually going to grab a blue with this because I have another. Actually, no. No. I should actually grab white. Just in case. Yeah, I should. Alright, let's just put out the Doom Foretold right now. And he'll probably go ahead and sacrifice his Thrashing Bronton, like, pay the one and destroy it, right off the bat, which is totally cool. Again, one of the cool things about this deck is that I have the ability to bring it back into play. Oh, he just went ahead and sacrificed. So what are you going to do, buddy? Okay, he wanted to be able to tag me one more time. Now he's probably going to sack it. It'd be really cool if he didn't apply any more pressure right now. Like if there's no creature coming out, no planeswalker, that's really cool because we can dump this. Right? I'm already expecting to lose the Doom. That's cool because now we don't have to take the damage. Let me go ahead and grab a blue with this, and then we can get a little peek at what he's got going on, and then potentially just start plucking all of his stuff here. So let's see what you got going on. And if I need to, I can always do it again. Burning my Corvold. I might double up here. Legion's End. I don't know that I need that now. I think I'm just going to do it. I'm going to play aggressive here. Because no matter what, he's either going to sacrifice that or he's going to pay the one and destroy it. So my Doom's End is going to get rid of him no matter what, but I can get both these Corvolds off the board. Let's go Dispute. I don't know that I want that either. All right, your turn, Chief. Okay, so that was coming no matter what. It's probably going to thin his deck right here with Fabled. Nope, didn't do it. So hopefully he just drew a land. I'm not overly concerned about the Rider. Okay, we like the Rider a little less now. So put it out into play. It's now he's got the ability to create some food, which we don't like. Okay. So, how many cards in his hand? He's just going to turn that into food and put that out. I don't want to deal with that just yet. So now I'm kind of wishing I would have kept that Legion's End because I really want to get my hands on one of those cats and get it out of the game, And so I'm kind of bummed now. I feel like I have to take at least two, and then depending on whatever he's going to do next round. Not happy about this, but thinking about both of those cards right now. Particularly the Legion's End. That because I could have wiped the board, he put his cat out there, and I can immediately. Okay. That's kind of what we're looking for. So let's go ahead and wipe this board. It's going to turn it into a food. Let's see if we can literally walk him right into this. And again, now if he's smart, he's not going to put him out until the end of my turn, right? So I'm going to have to take another 2. Never mind, it looks like I'm not going to be able to get my hands on them. Oh, I can really use another Doom Foretold right now. So we're just going to pop this into play. I think we're just going to burn this Thought Erasure, just so I can try to set up my next card, because I have a feeling that I'm just looking at more land. Teferi. Does this help me? I will keep Teferi. Ah, such a bummer. Perhaps I can set this up next round. Oh no, I'm getting cat in the oven. It's like the most annoying part of this deck. It's just ding, 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 ding. I mean, specifically, that's why I got the Legion's End in here, is to get my hands on this thing. Okay. Okay. What was not what we want to see. So we may have to run some additional removal, just to make sure that we can, get this bad boy out of here, Okay, so we definitely need to bounce him. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to bounce him first. Go ahead, sack him for food. Okay, and that's giving me a window. I'm taking some major damage here. But that gives me the opportunity to get these stupid cats out of the game. So he's gone. The graveyard one's gone. Maybe he had one in his hand as well. Nope. That's okay. And we can drop an egg. Doom Foretold. Doom. Doom would be great. Dance would be great. Oh, he does have enough to prop him back in play. So we need something here. We're about to get overrun. Man's to make you dance. What we got in the graveyard here? I do got a Doom. Do I have an Oath? I do. So, no, I can't risk that. Take the mana here. I think I might be dead. Yeah. He is going to be able to. I think we're dead, folks. Mana short. It'd be really nice if we would have had an extra mana here to And perhaps we can. I already lay mana? Maybe I can get us. Oh, that's not going to matter. Yeah, it's going to get us. Sad emoji. That's a bummer. So we get the oven when he's able to tag us for 6, and we are dead. Trail of crumbs. Well, good for you, buddy. Go ahead. How happy you are. Go ahead and load it up. You're so proud. Like, this is someone right here who is just so happy about himself right now. And I don't blame him. You know, congratulations. I'm definitely ready to get on to the next one here. I'm not willing to scoop. Not in the first tournament game. You can go ahead and grind it out. Make it special. Not concerned. At least we're getting an extra look at some of the cards in his deck here. Again, pretty standard Korvold Trail of Crumbs. Okay, and we are dead. So we're definitely going to the sideboard here. Definitely, and see if we can load up on some anti-green and anti-black removal. I'm thinking Devout Decree needs to come in. We can ditch the counter spells. And cleansing I'll keep. Noxious Grasp I'll keep. I kind of want all of it. Definitely take that. Spyglass. Here you go. Okay. So let's bring this down just a little bit because I don't necessarily need to know. Let's pull that. Don't know that I need 2 of those. Yeah, we're going with the Amortigo because I would love to pull those ovens out of his hand. Some of those ones. I think I might drop an egg. I can drop a dance. Let's drop an egg. Let's go. So we're definitely heavy sideboard here. And hopefully I didn't sideboard too much. I always hate to take out an egg and eliminate pieces from my own engine. But we're going to want to play first. This is good. Let's see if we can get the drop on this guy. Right away with the Spyglass. We'll see if he boarded some stuff to remove artifacts. And he obviously saw that I was running some artifacts. So maybe he did, maybe he didn't. Stick it out there. Oven. Okay, well, we're using our Spyglass immediately here. he does have a card to get rid of it. So until he does, okay, I don't see the 2 green, so maybe we can get a situation where we're just landlocked. And now this will give us a chance to go ahead and grab a cat and get it out of here. Actually, I want to wait on this. So he puts one out next round. I'm just curious if he drew his green. No, let's just get this one off the battlefield. I don't want to mess around. I want to stay aggressive. You know, there's always a small chance that other card he drew was another cat. Maybe holding on to, possibly. He was going to get his green. Okay, it was land. Which, in the end, he's going to be able to pop that. So now he's got his 2 green available. And then he draws another freaking cat. I should have held it. See, and this when you overthink things. In the spirit of being aggressive, I end up paying a price here. So what are we going to do? What is the answer now? That was a big mistake. It would have been really nice to have popped that and grabbed 2 cats. Very good. And I'm looking at the deck that I'm playing against, like, man, I had a deck that I put together that, again, I'm not used to running cat. I'm used to running Esper. That's what I've been running for the last month and a half. And so, it was tough to want to switch so quickly. And it's cool because he can destroy it, but he knows that with my dance, I can bring it right back. So he may want to keep his duel alive. It'd be nice to draw a Wrath of Kaya right now. Okay, Doom Foretold is doable. So I'm going to drop the Doom Foretold. And then that gives him a different decision to make here. So maybe we want to bounce back. The Paradise Druid obviously has the ability to destroy, but then he's got to give up either the cat or the oven. His ability to give that one up. I'd like to get something out of his hand, but I don't want him to necessarily be able to just wipe out my Teferi. If I bounce him now, it forces him to destroy. I get my card out of him. Let's put it on him. Okay, now he's going to make a choice here. And of course with our dance, I only need one more mana in order to bring it back out. So probably sacrifice the druid, okay. Ooh, I see what's gonna happen here. I'm bummed. And I'm looking at that cat like, man, that cat should not be on the battlefield. But it is because of my own overthinking mistake. And so I think what we're going to dump is to take out the spyglass for me, huh? Okay. We'll just instantly, I need the card now. Such a bummer against this deck. It's a really tough deck that we're playing against here. And so, we end up getting wiped out in the tournament. I think this will be, kind of the next deck that I'm, working on to go ahead and try to build up. It's not that great. Don't need that right now. Okay. So now we are top decking, so this is not a good position at all. Alright, well. Kind of screwed myself by not pulling that, not being aggressive earlier. Okay. So maybe it's not all gloom and doom. We'll see. I'm going to deal with another bounce here. 2, I'll take 5. Okay, so I'm going to have one more round. Hopefully he doesn't draw anything here. The spyglass is kind of not that great. I mean, I can... He's... Yeah, it's over. He's got the perfect card, too. He's got plenty of mana to use it. It's a lucky day, dude, isn't it? He's just got to destroy the enchantment and he wins. I suppose he's going to win no matter what, isn't he? Okay. good game. Zvavak. Okay. That was rough. Okay. And so we really need to take a look at what we got going on here. Well, it's pretty sweet that I got some rewards still. So let's see. Timer. I got time for this. I'm allowed to make any changes. I'm not. Okay. So, this is ride or die. I'm not able to make any changes. And again, this is my first tournament, so you live and you learn. I'm already looking forward to the next qualifier and looking at that deck. Let's go back. Obviously, I can't make any changes here. Let me just jump in here and let's check out the deck that I did put together. And it looks very close to what I dubbed it, filthy food. And let's see, the deck is really close to literally what we just faced. It might even be the exact deck that we just faced. Like when I look at this over here, Familiar's Goose, I can't remember if it was on the Gooses, the Statue of the Oven. Again, I love using Legion's Ends to go against these cat food decks. So again, this looks exactly like what we just faced, and so it's a bummer that we got crushed by it. So I'm looking right at you. Okay, here's our sideboard. So again, this is what we literally just faced, and perhaps this will be a little bit more competitive. It's one of the deals. I should have been up a little bit earlier today to get a few games in prior to the tournament in order to, really dial in what deck exactly I wanted to play. Because I'm looking at this now, like maybe that should have gotten a little bit more testing throughout the last couple days, so I feel a little bit more confident there. I was thinking about running this Just Guy Fires deck. I was thinking about running a Maradu Knights or Mardu Knights deck, and ended up again sticking with my Esper deck that I actually qualified last month with, and we got all the way into the top 1,000 with this Mance deck. And again, thinking that it would be uncommon for what people are going to see here, I'm going to go ahead and hit the head here real quick before we start the next one. Okay, guys, we're back, and we're going to dive into match number 2. We are 0-1, so we literally need to go 10 in a row right now, and that's going to take some really perfect draws, which isn't out of the question with Esper. Again, just kind of frustrated that I didn't take enough time prior to this event to really dial in on another deck that might have been a little bit more tier 1 to use here. Again, first tournament, you live, you learn. I'm going to keep saying that because, not that it makes me feel better because that means that I lost. But, the bottom line is, this is my first competitive Magic tournament in years, and my first one online ever. Way back in the day when, we're talking, 12 years ago when I was playing the tabletop when I lived in Oklahoma City. We played in tournaments, placed well, and I was using Esper. And again, it's now called Esper. I don't remember what it was. Maybe it wasn't called that before. I don't quite remember. But it was that blue, black, white combo. So I've always just kind of been attracted to that control style of deck. And right now in this current metagame, again, I was able to qualify for Mythic with this deck. But, over the last month, it's really over the past couple weeks, it's had kind of a rough go in the current ladder, right? And so it had me questioning whether or not this is the right deck to bring here to this tournament. But again, I didn't get enough practice time in with the other decks to be fluid. Playing decks like, Cat Oven, that takes, you got to get fluid with those kind of decks. So I'm going to play first. Hopefully we can get 3 mana here. We'll keep it. I have no clue what this guy is running right now, so we are going to keep it. I got 2 search lands that we can use right away here. We'll actually take that as well to give us our 4th mana, and enough for our Kaya's Wrath. And we'll see what this guy's got cooking. Again, maybe we'll run into a couple of decks that we can actually deal with. Or are we going to run into the same exact deck again? You're making me crazy. What's that song? You're making me crazy. Cat in the oven is making me crazy. Ugh. Okay, so I think what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to do another search land just to dump them. Gosh, do I want to keep that? I think I do. Let's go ahead and put a globe out here, which he's not going to destroy, but that'll give us the planar cleansing into our hand and closer to the next mana. So, if we can get our hands on 2 more mana, it gives us a chance to wipe the board completely clean, depending on what this dude. Okay. So, if we take 2 here, I think I'm going to actually put into Fairy. It's going to deal with Teferi for a round. Let's put him up here. Let's pump him. Right now, I'm kind of wishing that globe was an egg, so that way I could sacrifice it for the 1 blue. Not that would matter because I'm running blue. I'm just frustrated because I'm looking across at the deck that I literally built this deck for myself. I built that deck, but just wasn't comfortable enough with it to actually run it. So, you'll probably see a couple of videos, very soon on the channel here where I am literally running that deck, so that way I can get better with it. Okay, and so, so now we got enough juice out there to hit him with our Kaya's Wrath, so that's actually worked out just fine. Sack that. So hit my precious Teferi. Sack anything else? Okay, so he can get his Teferi that way. What are you doing? Gosh, interesting to get all 4 of those, huh? That's okay, we have another Teferi. That is a nice card for us. And we're going to run the Kaya's Wrath. That's fine. And now we get to run the Doom Foretold. So we may be able to get the jump on this guy because they are almost out of cards. He's going to have to either sack the girl or the oven. Probably sack the girl. Oh, he got the oven. What do you got in here now? Okay, you're fine. Okay, what are you going to draw here, buddy? Land. Okay. Fine with that. We are going to sack this. Okay, so we need some more fodder out here. I got 1 piece of fodder in there. So let's go ahead and grab Teferi. I'd really like to get that trail of crumbs off the board. like no matter what here. So let's go ahead and bounce the girl. Let's draw a land. Okay, we'll take that. He's going to sack the Trail of Chromes. He can use it obviously one more time here. What's he going to pick up now? Go with the Trail of Chromes. So what's he going to do? If he puts something out, I don't know if he has a way to kill Teferi, but if he doesn't put anything out, he'll have to give up a card. Puts that out. Okay, well, I'll definitely sack Teferi in order to get rid of that Mayhem Devil. That's fine. Take that damage. It's not a problem. We get some fodder. That's beautiful. So the longer we can keep Doom Foretold out here, the more we can keep him on his heels. I'd like to get another piece of fodder, and that's actually perfect because that gives us another land to be able to bring back the Doom Foretold again if by chance it does actually die. And, I did consider for about half a click there on running the Wrath, but then he would just get rid of the land and be able to put out Massacre Girl. So, the best play here is to keep Doom Foretold on the board as long as humanly possible, just to keep him with nothing. That's fine. That's fine. What are you going to do, sir? Or ma'am, Danilo? What are you going to do? Okay, no problem. So I'm thinking that he's maybe just going to draw a card here. Yeah. That way he's got the ability to choose what he's going to sack. I will sack the egg, of course. So that way I can get the additional card next round. Plus, now I have the ability to go ahead and counter whatever he thinks he's going to do here. So, okay, so we're actually not in a bad spot here. Okay, so he can discard, we draw, we get a token. Gets rid of Massacre Girl, huh? Okay. We have Devil. Okay. We'll let that roll. We have our Ultikaya to deal with that. What else are you going to try? No, sir. No. Or do I just let it roll? Maybe I want to keep that. Maybe I let you keep Corvold. Sacrifice one, I'll take 1 damage from the Wrath next round. I'm going to save my counter. I think it's worth 1 damage to save the counter. But he got a card, so maybe that wasn't. Fine with that too, because you don't have an oven right now. So we ended up taking a little extra there, huh? Alright then. Well. Okay, this board's clear. It leaves us with that counter spell. Let's see if he lays a creature next round for our Ultikaya. Okay. Kind of hoping you would just drop mana. Okay, so I think we'll put that out there. You can put the cat back out there. And I'm going to remove him from the game. It's fine. So I think we're going to go Legion's End here. So now we have our 8, so anything we reanimate comes back as a creature. So first, let's go ahead and get rid of the familiar. I don't think we had any in the graveyard, but regardless, go away. That's why you're in the deck. And then let's go ahead and gain some life here and get rid of this goose. Again, just to create some additional fodder on the battlefield as well. Okay, so goodbye to that. It's going to give him an opportunity to draw, which is fine because we are going to be bringing back the Doom Foretold next round for sure. Because I want to get rid of that Trail of Crumbs. Okay, we know you're drawing, of course. Probably sack that and do his Trail of Crumbs right now. It's fine. You know, if he loads up the board again, we may end up waiting on our Mance. Because it'd be nice to not show him the Mance. You know, if I don't need to show it to him. Trail of Crumbs again, huh? So 1, 2, 3. Gosh. Play your card, man. Okay, well, let's just put the Doom Foretold in play right now, or do I wipe these? Interesting, because he's going to be able to grab a couple cards. I want to keep my wipe. We'll let that sit out for a round or two, and then I can counter anything that he's got kind of coming in. Let's go ahead and sack both those foods there, buddy. Don't really care that you're gaining the life. I do care about this for sure. Land, it's fine. Okay, goes a goose. I'm glad I cut the cleansing now, because he's going to pop both those out there. And I'm definitely going to want to be able to wipe the entire board clean. Stock Giant. Let's go ahead and counter that. He doesn't appear to have the 3. So he should have popped that. If he would have had that out and pulled it, he could have had the 3. But he does not. So See if we get our hands on any fodder here. Well, that makes it even easier. So we're running dance right now. Hate to do this to kind of show everything off here, but we might be able to get rid of them here with this. So we're getting a couple Doom Fortolds out on him now. He's going to have to deal with. Certainly going to sack his goose for food. And then he's going to use that to look one more time. Create a food, sack for a food. Okay, I get it. Okay, let's go through these manas that are out here. Let's put all the Shockland. Or Shockland. Okay, so he's going to deal with 2 Dooms. Obviously now he can do his Trail of Crumbs twice, actually. Which again, doesn't necessarily crush us. I'm not sure what he's going to draw here, though. Is really going to, I don't believe he's going to have any sweepers or anything like that that we have to really deal with. And again, we have the ability to wipe the board if we need to, and as well run another dance. Totally cool with the cap. So goodbye to your Trail of Crumbs. Probably want to use that one more time there, buddy. No? Let's keep it for his cat. Sure. So we're going to sack. I want to keep that in play. So sack here. I know he's going to get me here. Yeah. And we sack here and run the second dance right now. Okay. I think that's what we're going to do. So we really shouldn't be able to get through this. I'm going to go ahead and wipe out the Mayhem Devil with the 3 damage. Okay. And then we'll end the turn. So we're going to have to sack. Okay, of course you can put it right back in play. It's fine. We're going to gain 2 and get a token and draw. Obviously, I'm not sure what he could possibly have here. That's fine. He could draw something here, but it's probably not going to be enough. Trail of Crumbs. Again, that's fine. He's going to gain life, of course. So let's give up. So it doesn't really matter. Give up you. Drop another egg out there. We might have lethal here. 17 looks like we can do. So let's attack him with the farm. Let's see how he's going to use these. This cat looks like he'll be able to do some blocking here with the cat, which is fine. Actually, not fine. But if he's going to get some cards in his hand, it's fine because we can snatch those. Okay. And see, as I'm facing again this deck again, it's like, I can see exactly how and why this cat oven deck is so powerful because it's so resilient. If you can't get those cats out of the dang game, it is very tough to deal with. He's gaining some life. Boom. So now he's going to block one of my 4s. Okay. Damage. He's going to sack it. Now, is this going to allow him to... I feel like it's to block 1, right? 2. Okay. I don't know what I want that. It's so sweet to be able to do the one more. I want to get that Thrashing Bronze out of the way. I think maybe I do. Let's go ahead and drop you down to 1. Okay, so quite an eventful turn. Okay, so he's going to have to give up something here. There's the cat. So, cat's coming in. Gets a food. Gets a land. Resolve, here comes your cat, which you can then re-sacrifice. But then you're not going to have any food. Yeah, you want to get that food, don't you? Okay. That's allowing you to bring him back and do another Trail of Crumbs. That is... okay. The beauty, again, that's the cool thing about this tournament is I'm actually seeing how these top tier decks are played a little bit. And this will make it a little bit easier, for me to learn, how to play these decks for one and play against them. Because again, I built that deck. I mean, I'm looking at it and it's like, okay, I built this deck. I saw that it was tier 1 and something that people were probably going to be running in this tournament. However, it's a tricky deck, especially when you're used to playing a different style. And so hopefully he just drew mana, and we'll know that if he goes ahead and he can't take the damage. So he can lay that, but now he can take the 2 to get another card. But again, I don't know what he's going to do to deal with my board here. What can you do? And hopefully next game we're able to finish it a little bit quicker, because now that he's seen, what we got going on, it could be present a little bit more of a challenge in the second game. Okay. And a scoop. Okay. And we have our first official tournament victory. Okay, so we played 3 games so far against the red, green, black cat oven, and we are 1-2. So let's see if we can even the score here. Okay, so looking at this, it's like, do we need some more, right? We ended up not using the planner cleansing, but I feel that I probably want to leave that there. There are some things that I wouldn't mind being able to get rid of once they hit the board, though. So I'm thinking we want the Devout Decrees to get rid of the black and red. That's our core goals. That's our. We definitely want some Spyglass going on. Devout Decrees. And more ego. And so maybe I can go without the counter spells. Okay. Again, the planner cleansing, we didn't necessarily need it. Let's take my Thought Erasure. Let's dump the planner cleansing. And let's dump a Legion's End. And so we ended up with some additional fodder for our Dance of the Mance. Some additional fodder for our Doom Foretold. I mean, again, that's the main engine here for us. We want to get that bad boy out there and keep it out there as long as possible. So not the best hand on the planet here. We have the ability to look. We have the ability to draw. We're going to cross our fingers here. I don't like keeping a 2-mana draw, but I don't want to end up playing the mulligan game and then be down to 4 or 5 cards to start. Beautiful. Okay, so now let's look right away. Take that. Okay, so our land is in a good situation. So that's where one of those times where you keep a 2-mana draw and you could pay the price, for doing something like that. I think I'm going to go ahead and grab this goose. I'm going to grab this goose right now, just so I can see what he's got shaking, so I can plan for it. He's going to create a food. So go ahead and get your food token. Yep, you get it. What else you got in your hand, player? What you got? Okay, so he's got some pro. Aye. Ooh. Okay. Okay, so we kind of got a feel for what's coming next here. We need to get the fodder going. Beautiful. Let's drop this out here. Is that Corvold? Yep. Okay, what are you going to put out there, player? Ooh, big card for him. What are you going to do, though? You really want to get rid of Doom? Yeah, it's a smart call. Smart call, sir. Okay. It will be back. I really want to get to Fairy out there so I can start juicing it up. This doesn't get to fight. Okay. Okay, it's pro blue. Tough, you know. So grab a green. That'll come into play on the next turn. So I'm feeling like we need to get to Fairy into the game. And right away, I'm going to actually bounce my own egg here. Just to, again, keep my deck moving. I got some creature killers here. You know, the duress is big. That was a really big sideboard card for him. And Devil's coming out. Okay, so there goes Teferi. You know, my concern was him drawing a mana and simply okay, let's run this. Probably should have run Temple first. That's okay, because we're going to keep moving through the deck here. You know, I feel like I want to take it just because that gives us our 6 to bring back the Doom. And that way we're... Actually, I can't count. I already have my 6. I could have moved that Godless Shrine. Ooh. Good call on duress, buddy. So let's do this. Tapped. Actually a very good call on the Godless Shrine. Or on the duress, but at least that's 3 of those dang things that we've dealt with now. And did he go to a full set? We'll see. But now it's up to him to put another creature out there for me, which he knows I can wipe. We don't like Wicked Wolf. And this would have been a great place. Another Doom Foretold would be perfect right now. Doom Foretold. Let's see if we can find one. Erasure. Yeah, we'll keep that. Okay, we're going to take a shot here. Yeah. Okay, it's a draw, which is fine. I take my 3 right on the chin. Okay, first things first, let's take a peek at what you got. So, I really wouldn't mind having that so that way I can draw, but dang. We'll keep it. So we're going to delay, and then we're going to dump this. Now I'm thinking about that. You know, I wasn't factoring in how annoying this wolf is. So it's a bit of a misplay to keep that land there. He's going to sack. He's going to sack. Okay. So we're going to take 4. Now, we can go ahead and get 3 back here. It's harmless to us. Just land and play. And sweep immediately. That was a bad move, Mike. Should have really gotten rid of that other Corval because I didn't get rid of that, he ended up getting 2 extra cards. And that could literally cost me. That could cost me everything here. Okay. Let's do it now just in case. So now he's got a nice full hand. I am in a bad spot now. You know, it would have been nice, again, if I was thinking properly, I would have gotten rid of that land, and I would have gotten to this Doom Foretold around earlier, which would have worked out really, really well. So I'm curious what he's going to do here. Sack that straight up. Okay. Terratops. That's going to do it. Not happy, Mike. You gave him those cards. You gave him those cards. You gave him those cards, man. So that's 2 clear misplays. I can look. All because I wanted the castle locked win, huh? That's a good game. I totally missed that one up. Okay, so now we're 1-3 moving into this. 1-3. And I'm thinking that I want to get the ethers in here now to deal with this threat from the Wicked Wolf. As well, we got the duress No, this. So, this will be fine because I can basically push him back around. I don't know that I need that in here. Spyglass. Move it on to 1 on the spyglass. To destroy, to destroy. 2 counters back in there. Threat is green black. It'd be nice to have a sweet removal that got rid of those, but it's Devout Decree. There we go. Actually, no, I just took that out. Let's go with that. Do I want this spyglass? You know? Okay. It's quite a slugfest we got going on here. I definitely want to play first, try to get the jump. And oh my. Too much mana. Mike. Ouch, 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 ouch. Okay, we can dump both of these. Annoyingly, that is not the way we want to start the 3rd game of a match. Bye to Barry. And so this is just about as bad of a start as we could ask for here. I think this is really, really rough. Let's get a glimpse of what he's got going on here. Oh, we're going to be in a bad spot. You know, this is one of those times, you know, perhaps, you know, dealing with a 5 mana draw doesn't sound so bad at this point, being able to keep 7 instead of having to drop all the way down to 5 cards is not what we like at all. So really our only hope here is to get our hands on a Doom Foretold and get it onto the battlefield, because again, we have the fodder for it. Wow. It's about as cool a draw as we could hope for. Hopefully he doesn't have anything to remove it immediately. Like a Bronton, hopefully he doesn't have that. He'll probably keep his Wolf. I take one. Really hoping he doesn't have the ability to get rid of that. Kaya's Wrath. But go ahead and give us exactly what we need top deck. Just over and over. Aye, that's not it. Let's draw. Okay, let's take a peek at what you got. It's all now. It's all doom. Okay. Let's see what you got, buddy. It's just getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And then he's back up to a full handful of cards. There's an extra dummy thing you can sacrifice. Corvold is the threat. Yeah, he's got it. He's got enough permanents out there to deal with me now. Dang, Mike. Well, again, lesson learned. I'm looking square at the deck. That was kind of like my number 2, 3 option to run this weekend, and learning a little bit more now about how Corvold works. I'm seeing how powerful that card actually is. Just with the fact that you're getting to draw all these extra cards, he was able to literally refill his entire hand, um, which overwhelmed my dooms. Um, and that was the mistake that was made in the previous game here, where I took away the potential haste creature instead of going after Corvold. So, major lesson of this tournament, seeing so I faced this exact deck twice in a row, is that Corvold is an absolute beast, and I need to understand. Actually, deal with that threat the instant that it hits the battlefield. and have a better way to get rid of it. I'm thinking now that if I ever run this kind of an Esper again, that the sideboard would have to have at least two of the unmoored egos in there, and potentially you don't want to get some D-Sparks in there, so I can remove that from the game. But that is a done data. Okay, so unfortunately, our Esper control did not work out in this Mythic Qualifier. Definitely a little bummed out that it didn't work out at all. I was hoping to work out a little bit better than it did, but we literally just went 0-2 in the Mythic Invitational. We were running a Dance with the Mance, Esper control, and again, a tier 2 style deck. I mean, this is a deck that I created essentially on my own. Trying to run control. I was able to qualify for this tournament with that deck, but we ran into the green, black, red, cat in the oven, Corvold style deck twice in a row. So after the tournament's done, we'll do maybe a breakdown video, just kind of showing the analysis of what decks were in this tournament. I have a feeling that there's going to be a very high percentage that were that exact deck. And again, this is a deck that I actually built for myself, but just didn't get enough time to really play it enough to understand how the deck works, to where I just didn't feel comfortable kind of getting away from my Esper control. But now, after kind of seeing it in action, seeing it used against me very effectively a couple times in a row, I'm starting to see how to use it and why that deck, or that type of deck, is very, very powerful. So hopefully you guys got value in these videos, in seeing some of my mistakes, using this. And again, if you got some value, make sure to give this video a like, give it a comment below. And again, if you saw any additional errors that I made or misplays that you saw that I might have made there, make sure to leave those in the comment as well. I am somebody that does absolutely love to play control style decks. I always have. And I would love to make control great again. Because right now it's all about these small creatures. It's all about these kind of sacrifice decks. And I would love to make control great again. So if you got ideas on how we can make control great again, make sure to leave those in the comment as well. Have a great day, everybody. Take care.